Thanks for checking us out here on our YouTube page where we have analysis of this weekend's PSAC Women's Indoor Track and Field Championships. Coach Osanitsch, we're breaking down the Raider squad this weekend. Thank you, as always, Coach.
Oh, my pleasure to spend time with you, Bill.
So we're going to try to give you sort of a quick crash course as to how some of the events are going to shake up for Shippensburg this weekend. And it's a team that's seeking its third conference championship in a row. There are several key seniors, Danielle Scaramamano, Callie Hepner, Paige Shirk, Kiana Tucker, Jill Bertino are all gone from last year's squad. Significant points being made up, but there's a dynamic mix sort of younger talent and some more veteran talent that's going to be trying to fill those gaps this year. So looking at the sprint squad, there's a couple people that are going to be looking to make an impact from 60 meters to 400. Allie Weiland joined you for the outdoor season last year, so this is her first indoor championship. She's going to be one of the key factors in the 60, and you've had a couple people like Rachel Bruno and Dior Alston who've made a stride this year as sophomores in the 400.
Yeah, obviously in the short sprinters area, I think we're really strong, and I think that they're ready to make a move. We've done a really good job of bringing them along. I think the training's going really, really well. Like you mentioned, Rachel Bruno and Dior coming back from injury from last year, doing much better, and Rachel rebounding from into a really strong sophomore season. Those have been kind of our 1-2 punch right now in like the 400 especially. So I think that where they're seated right now, I think they could do a little better. So I think they're really pivotal. Allie Weiland's our sprint specialist. You know, Allie's just a bullet. You know, she's so close to the school record in the 60. She has our outdoor 100 record. That's her goal. So need her to make a final and then work on that. And then our newcomer that's really been great is Miss Williams,
Zariah, yes.
Sorry. She's done a wonderful job for us. She's come along great, and she looks like a factor as well as in the 200 as well as long as the long jumper as well. So I think that core group right there is very nice for us. And then we have some other pieces in there as well for relays and things of that nature. So I think we definitely needed to thicken out that area, and I think we did.
Yeah. And I've forgotten all about Zariah because I'm so thinking of her in the long jump, certainly where she's one of the top 15 in the country right now in the long jump. Looking at your mid-distance and distance squad, there's several names from that squad from last year who've departed. Katie Reese, Brianna Dissinger, Lizzie Manikas, who are stalwarts really in that class. But you have really an exciting group of younger sophomores and younger athletes. But another key senior in Jackie Kincaid sort of leading that group with the sophomores.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to them. You know, Bella's going to represent us in the mile, and I think she'll do it. Yep, and I think she's going to do a great job. And then in the 5K, it's going to be Natalie and Jackie, and I think they're both really fit right now. And then the real key will be the 3,000,
which is, correct me if I'm wrong, run that Saturday near the end.
It's
coming back.
We got to see if anybody's got anything left in the tank, and this year we're really. We're hoping that we can get some points out of that event, and I think those three ladies are gonna Kincaid and Bella and Natalie. I think they can get it done and get some much needed points at that point. It'll be really getting kind of close at that point, so that's an area of need, and hopefully they can come through. So even though the names are a little different except for Jackie, I think that the results will be better or will be there for us. Yeah, we've lost some people, but that's sports. You have to keep bringing in new faces and new names to replace those people so you can stay competitive. And those women have worked really, really hard during the indoor season, and hopefully it will all pay off for them.
In a case where you have a lot of younger athletes on your team, one of your strongest events from the looks of it is probably going to be the pentathlon. You have two just huge veteran leaders who are hoping to make an impact in that event, potentially maybe even stretching out to compete in another event over the course of a weekend as an open competitor. But your multis really, after such an awesome year last year in the multis, they're looking to try to keep it going again this year and keep providing momentum in that.
Yeah, I think their performances that they had at last year's indoor conference meet were one of my most exciting moments as a coach. They're training really well. They're both healthy. It's going to be a tough battle for them. I have a feeling that both Caroline from Westchester and the senior Aspen from East Stroudsburg, I think they're both going to do the multi, so they'll definitely have a tall order for them this year because of national situations and things of that nature. But I think they're up to the cause, and I think that they're both going to be striving to try to get the school record, which is still just out of reach for them. So I think that's really going to be a challenge for them. But yeah, we're definitely going to rely on them to be a solid point event for us. There's no doubt about that.
Taking a transition into throws, you have 3 throwers basically that are going to mostly represent the squad out there this
Right.
weekend. You have Ashley Kerr back from last year, whose specialty is the weight. And you have Kate Matriciano, a transfer that's joined the squad this year, who's one of the top 10 in the shot put, I believe,
Yeah.
Madison Kling.
Mhm.
How are they coming together, and how are they looking to go this week?
I think Ashley and Kate are going to do really well in the shot put. I think Ashley's made tremendous strides from last year to this year in the shot, and Kate was just a great piece to add to our team from a transfer perspective, and she's been just a great leader too. So those two, I think, can make some noise in the shot, score some points. And then on the weight side, Ashley's really developed into a strong weight thrower, so I think she can make some noise there. Madison is an excellent discus thrower, so she's a freshman, kind of just learning the event. I think next year she's going to be a real force in the weight as well. I think she may be able to put one together here and maybe score a point. We'll see.
Well, and as a high school transition too,
Yeah.
you don't get a ton of indoor opportunities. I
Right.
would think, depending on where you're
usually
at.
usually takes Boomer about a year to mold somebody and get them ready
Coach
for the
Freeze,
sophomore year.
yes.
So, that's kind of been our plan, and that's how things have worked. So we'll see though. But Madison's very competitive, so hopefully maybe she can put something together and score a point. And that'd be, like I said, on the women's side, every single point's going to count.
Absolutely.
Big time. I mean, there's 16 events, but look at it. I think was it in 2017 as well. We only won by 4 points.
Bloomsburg,
And
I believe,
Bloomsburg
right,
put
yeah.
a squad of the decade together and really gave us a good run. We just barely scraped out a victory there. So a lot of these events come down by just a few points. So sometimes people are like, "Well, I'm only going to be 6th or 7th or 8th at conferences." Well, that's fantastic. I mean, every single point. You can't win a conference championship with 4 people.
Right.
You just can't do it. You can't have 4 studs go out there and try to win these things. You have to have a balanced team.
And that being said, really the last group to touch base on, not necessarily saving the best for last, but perhaps in that you have Zariah Williams in the long jump, Appy Wagner in the triple jump, and a jump squad that is certainly looking to make a big impact this week.
Yeah, Callie will double back from the high jump.
Yes.
We're going to really try to figure out a way to keep her legs and try to get some lactic acid out of there after the multi, maybe score a point or two there. That'll be really helpful. And then Sarah in the pole vault.
Sarah Gordon in the pole vault.
She's coming along, and I think she's kind of like a little bit of my dark horse pick. She's coming along really, really well, and I think she's going to hit it just at the right time. I'm excited for her. She's training's going really well. And then I can't say enough about Z and Abby. I mean, those two are my 1-2 punch. And Olivia was a point scorer last year in the triple
right.
jump. So, if she could get 7th or 8th, that could really help us as well. And then going doubling back, Tatiana Purnell has done a great job in the 60 hurdles this year. Her development and growth from her last year to this year has been tremendous, and she's going to be a factor in the 60 hurdles. So it kind of gives you a good idea of what you're looking at this weekend, and it's going to be really interesting because it's really going to be who shows up. I think you can take everything we talked about and just wipe it out, and then walk into the dome, and over the next 2 days on Saturday and Sunday,
performs the best?
You're going to see who performs the best that particular weekend, and they're going to win. And there's really a legitimate shot for 3 teams to win it, and it's just a matter of who wants it the most, who's going to show up, and who's going to get it done under pressure. We'll find out.
And that's part of what makes it so exciting. It
Absolutely.
may be nerve-wracking for each individual school, but certainly exciting for those to follow it along.
It'll be a highly competitive meet.
Very much so, and we encourage you to check out shipraiders.com for live results links, for another extended preview from the tech side of things. Coach O, best of luck this weekend, and thanks for talking out the Women's Track and Field Championships.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah.